Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, and for today's video, I'm very excited to say that I'm going to film my fall 2023 FabFitFun unboxing. So as I indicated in my What Will I Choose video, I did pay for the expedited shipping. So I had the first crack at customization as an annual member, and I was able to pay for that expedited shipping, which works out perfectly because it is Wednesday night as I am filming this, and hopefully this video will go up sometime on Thursday, if not Thursday, on Friday, which is the day that seasonal members get to customize. So hopefully if you are a seasonal member, you'll be able to benefit a little bit from my first impressions. And if it does go up on Thursday, I did pick up some things from the Add-On store as well, so I'll be sure to talk about those. And the Add-On store, I think it opens for everyone on Thursday. So if you are an annual member and you missed out on anything the first time around, you have a second crack at it. And as you probably know, the window stays open for a few days. So if you're watching this video after the window opened, you can still go back and kind of move things around if you want. And I also filmed that last What Will I Choose video before the refills and the boosts had been announced. So I thought I would kind of give you my thoughts on those options as well. And I will have timestamps down below if you'd like to skip ahead to any particular choice here. So this box, I'm not sure if I'll be able to lift it. So this season, mine shipped in a large outer box, but I'll go ahead and start by talking about the customization. So I already opened this box and rummaged around a little bit because there were some items that I wanted to incorporate into my look. So this box, for example, had been sealed, but I already cut that. And as we saw before, the outside of the box says pumpkin spice and everything nice. And I think the other elements, I'm not sure if this label says anything, it says 3 ways to repurpose me, Kindle, cat box, or garden bed. And then it has the shopping club, and the other side is the same. I wonder if, oh, and it says fall 2023 on the front. I wonder if they're going to do a full year's worth of boxes like this. So I'm kind of expecting that the winter and spring boxes will have a similar design. If we crack on into this, I'm not sure if all of the brands on the inside are the same. Probably not, because they seem tied to the elements in the box, like Murad, Free People, Our Place, Bag of More. So it says come on in on the flap, and then Hello Beautiful on the other side. So we just have the standard brown paper packaging. And what I did see earlier, it looks like they included a little freebie. So we got some Ricola throat balms, caramel flavor. So those should be nice for, I guess, the fall season, fall cold season. So yeah, always nice to get a little freebie. And then there's the usual HelloFresh coupons, and we have another little scratch off. Scratch here last. I think that means I can just scratch this portion, and it should reveal if I'm a winner. Yeah, so it says not an instant winner, so oh well. Okay, so let's get into the actual box. So for customization 1, as I indicated, I got the little Corbus by April Nemeth, I don't know who that is, woven throat blanket, and I got it in the rust color. So that is what that looks like. It's very textured. It's not the softest thing I've ever felt, but it is 100% cotton, and it says machine wash, cold, gentle cycle, tumble dry low. As I indicated, I thought it would be nice kind of back there, spruce up the couch a little bit. So yeah, so it's not super cozy. I think for me, this is a little bit more of like a decor item, and it's a little bit kind of see-through. So it doesn't smell or anything. So I feel like this is going to be a very light blanket. So if that appeals to you and you want to actually use it as a functional blanket, you might like that. But really, I just got it more for decor. I also got the Murad moisturizer. So this was an additional choice kind of at the last minute. And I realized that I had a couple samples of this that are in my bathroom. So I was able to kind of try that out. I'm not sure if those samples were accurate to what this is going to be like though. So I just wanted to give it a try, and for $15, so I think all the additional prices, I took screenshots of each screen, so I'll show those to you as we go, I guess. Yeah, I think additional choices for this were still $15, and this retails for $83, so I thought why not? Even though I kind of said I was kind of full on moisturizer. So it is thicker, and I think in my What Will I Choose video I had said something like there was one ingredient that like the Paula's Choice Beautypedia page said was a fragrance ingredient. I think I went back and did it again and I was getting a different result. So I don't know if that was my error or some kind of fluke with the website or something, but yeah, it just kind of smells like lotion. So that was the Murad, and let me see if I just want to give you kind of a texture comparison between this one and the First Aid Beauty, because as we'll talk about later, the First Aid Beauty collagen cream is in the add-ons, and I almost added this, but you can see I still have almost a full jar. I mean, I think they're comparable. I think the First Aid Beauty might be a little bit thicker. That's the First Aid Beauty, and that's the Murad. So if you have dry skin, I don't think you can really go wrong either way. But I decided I would try the Murad, and then I'll probably start using this First Aid Beauty. I think said in my last video that I was starting to use the Summer Fridays. And for me, even in the summer, that one is just not quite enough. So I like a pretty heavy duty moisturizer. So I figured I would use this up, and now I have the Murad, and maybe by the winter box I'll be ready to add this to my refills. So I think these are both 50 mil, yeah, 1.7 fluid ounce. The Murad jar is a bit like wider, if that matters to you. First Aid Beauty is a little bit taller. But I think both are good bets, especially if you have dry skin. I think that was it. I decided not to go for the Alice and Olivia duffel bags in either pattern because they had some items in those patterns in both the add-ons and the boosts, I believe. So I decided to opt for those instead, even though the duffel bags were less expensive. Like I said, I just didn't need any more duffel bags. And I skipped on the Living Proof complex because I already have a fair bit of that. And I skipped on the wine glasses. All right, next up for number 2, this is what I wore underneath my makeup. So this is really why I had to root around in my box. So I have some B-roll of me applying this, but basically I applied this underneath the Eavesdrop, like I said I would. And I have this in the shade 1. Right before I applied this, like I had applied some moisturizer earlier, but I went ahead and applied more of this guy to really make sure I had a hydrated base, because I wouldn't probably recommend this product if you have dry skin, because it's not the easiest to work with, even in the summer. So I used the moisturizer, I used this, and then this with a sponge, and then I didn't set kind of the perimeters of my face. Just a word of caution if you were interested in that. But this itself was nice. I don't think it was too luminous underneath makeup. I might put a little bit more underneath. So that's what it looks like kind of straight out of the tube. It's a little hard to squeeze out. And the bottle is pretty much the same as the Eavesdrop. I think I saw that they just put out a mini size, which honestly, like value-wise, if you just want to try it out and you can't pick it up through the FabFitFun box, maybe try the mini, especially if you can get it on sale at Fenty or whatever. But value-wise, it's a much better deal to get the full size, and I feel like I used a fair bit of it, kind of more as a priming moisturizer. It's not enough, I don't think, to really work all that well kind of as a highlighter on top of makeup. I just took a little bit more. And this is the shade Pink Pearl 01, if I didn't already say. I think really any extra radiance you're gonna get is probably gonna be a little bit more from the dewiness than like a really intense shimmer. So far I like it. I'm just trying to, I guess, manage your expectations and help you know what to expect with this product. So far so good. It doesn't really smell like anything. And I did spray my face with Fix Plus as well after I did my makeup, just because, again, it was feeling dry. So far I am enjoying that product. And that was it for number 2. I almost got the hyaluronic acid serum, but I held strong, didn't get the jump rope or the bracelet or the scarf or the spice jars. So that was it for number 2. Yeah, so additional choices were also $15 for that one. I think that stayed the same. For number 3, I got 2 items, like I mentioned, and these additional choices were $12. Again, I almost kind of gave in to trying the Euphoria blush out of curiosity, but I held strong. And I just saw Stephanie Marie talk about that in her July favorites and fails, and I don't think it's become a new favorite for her. So I thought I would just mention that. And yeah, so let's talk about the brush. All right, so that is what the brush looks like. And I washed my hair earlier, so I'm not able to like really demonstrate how this would work, but it comes in a bag like so. And then, yeah, it is really pretty. It's like a blue kind of, I guess that's acetate. It says made in China, and they do feel pretty soft, these bristles. And it feels like there's a little bit of a dome to it. I don't want to like totally brush out my curls or anything, but maybe I'll just take this little section here. So, yeah, I'm excited to use this. I'm surprised the bristles are as soft as they are. I was expecting them to be a little bit more kind of spiky, but yeah, I think that is really pretty. That's a win for me. And then we have the candle, and this is the Free People Lodge 1809 candle. And let's see how this smells. I'm a little stuffy, so hopefully I can get a good read on it. Yeah, I think that's good. If you like a spicy, woody candle, I think you'll enjoy that. There's a little bit of sweetness to it. Like it's not too heavy. I think most people will enjoy the scent. I don't think it's too kind of niche or anything. And you have the gold lettering on the bottom. So yeah, happy with that, especially for, what did I say, $12? And again, the notes were Palo Santo, clove bud, patchouli, vanilla, and black pepper. Yeah, so that's really nice. I do like that. All right, so that was it for 3. For 4, oh, I already took it out. That's what happened. I put all the makeup items in this Alice and Olivia pouch that we'll talk about in a moment. So come back to that. But I did get the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm in, was it Vanilla Beige? And I applied some lip oil earlier. So there's a little bit of that still on there, but it was mostly clear. So let's see if this lives up to the hype. Clear applicator. Has a nice curve to it too. It's not like just slanted. So it kind of hugs your lips. It definitely has a sweet smell to it. It is, for me, a little hard on the top lip, just given the curve. So I don't know if that's a product I would feel totally comfortable with applying without a mirror. I think it's pretty. I think I could possibly stand to have a lip liner with it, but all in all, I think it's pretty sheer. So yeah, I was wondering to myself whether this would be the shade I would have chosen, but yeah, I think it's nice. So that is a win so far. And that was it for number 4. For 5, I got the body wash, like I said. So I'm just going to try to smell this. It is in a plastic bottle. For some reason, I thought it would be glass. So this is the Cuccio Hand and Body Wash in Sandalwood and Sage. And it's kind of shrink wrapped. All right, so I just want to kind of get a smell. It's a little bit greener, like more kind of an herbal scent than I was expecting. A little bit heavier on the sage than the sandalwood maybe. It almost smells like rosemary. So hopefully my husband will like this. Otherwise, I'm not sure exactly what will become of this. But yeah, that is the body wash. So for the Summer Fridays, just to back up a little bit, for customization 4, I think that was maybe the only like additional choice that changed in price. So I think it was previously $8 and they went up to $10. It looks like 5 is still $8 and then 6 remained $10. So kind of interesting there. Speaking of number 6, so I guess the only kind of wild card, like what goes in my box and what is considered an add-on is just kind of what order I click on things. It's not really an indication of how much I care about it. So I got the Necessaire body lotion. Again, this was kind of just out of curiosity. So I don't know that this is going to be amazing. I've kind of heard mixed things. Okay, so let's see what this is like. I'm going to have very moisturized hands. It's a little thicker than I was expecting. I was expecting, from what people have said, that it was going to be very light. And I do like a thicker kind of body lotion. And the smell isn't strong. So again, it just kind of smells like lotion. It says fragrance free, but we talked about how there were some, like, I think lemon and orange fruit extracts in there. But yeah, it doesn't really smell like anything. So that could be nice, actually. I wasn't expecting anything great, but could be nice. So that was it for the box. And on the bottom here, it says, until next time. I'll probably hang on to that box, actually, for storage. So the other items for category 6, go back to my little pouch here. And I did pick up the Cover FX palette. So I haven't applied highlighter yet, so I thought I would do that for you on camera. It has a weird kind of design to it, and I'm hoping, all right. So one of these is broken, if you can see that. So I'll have to reach out to customer service and see what they can do about that. So the broken one is the pink. There's a little plastic. Let's see if I can just apply maybe the middle one. This is my Anastasia A23, and I guess I'll just try, see what happens. So yeah, definitely a more impactful look. And then I'll try this one. Unfortunately, I don't think I can really try. Yeah, you can see that one has a bit of a cast. So not ideal for my skin type. And that's kind of what I said when I was talking about this, is that when you have products like this, let's see if I can just, it can be a little hard to cater to all skin tones. So that's gonna be super shiny. I don't really have much blush on. So yeah, if you want a super intense beaming highlighter, but for my skin tone anyway, I think one can kind of work as a highlighter, the other one is kind of a blush topper, and then the other one is just a tad too warm for me, I think. So anyway, yeah, and additional choices were $10, so hopefully I'll get my $10 back at least. And then the last item, which I've kind of had to keep out of my husband's clutches, this is the Obey, they call it a waist pack. So it has like the nylon outer material, and that has like one large zippered compartment or pouch, pocket, whatever, on the front. And then the zippers don't seem the smoothest, but I guess they'll do. There's a little bit of padding here on the back. It's not quite a neoprene material, but it feels close. So that's what the inside looks like. And then there's another interior pocket, like so. And yeah, I think that's it. So hopefully the measurements should be on the website, like the strap measurements. It looks like it is fully extended and it has that kind of clasp. So that's kind of, I guess, how it looks on me where it sits when it's fully extended. And it has that kind of connection. So I don't know. Hopefully my husband likes it. I'll probably just keep using the same one I've been using, which I think is a little bit smaller than this. So that was it for all the customizations. Let's talk about the add-ons. So as I mentioned, I picked up a pouch in this Alice and Olivia print. This one was the, I think, Regal Romance is what it was called, and this was $21, so more expensive than just getting an additional choice and getting the duffel bag, but I figured there was, I mean, I don't need another makeup bag at all, but I figured there was a greater chance, I don't know, I would at least put this on a shelf and look at it, I guess. And it has the Alice and Olivia pull, little kind of decal there with a plastic, it looks like, cover. And I just liked how this print looked on this bag because this portion here is kind of centered. Other than that, I don't think it's really anything terribly special. That's the zipper, and it kind of opens up like so. It's a little stiff on the bottom, so I'm trying to like push it to like get it to flatten out. So yeah, so it's a little stiff, so if you kind of like a makeup bag that will stand up a little bit, there's that. And it does have, I guess, just an inner slip pocket to it. So totally not necessary, but there you go. And then I also got 2 eyeshadow sticks from the brand Alley-Oop, which I'm wearing on my eyes today. So this was more kind of a, I don't know, YouTuber interest. Like, I'm not a big eyeshadow stick person, but I was kind of curious about the brand and maybe thinking about filming a future video. I'd gotten their like blush, bronzer, highlighter trio, I think in an Ipsy, and I'm wearing that blush today and a little bit of this, I think they call it a contour, but it's more of a bronzer, some of that on my forehead. Didn't use the highlighter at all. So anyway, so I just wanted to explore a little bit more from the range, and I think I paid $10 for each of these. I think they retail for $24, so I thought that was a decent enough kind of discount to try it out. So I got 1 matte and 1 shimmer. So that is the shade, would almost make a good contour shade actually. I should probably try that. So yeah, so that is the shade Taupe Dollar. I do love a good pun. And that is the shade Charcolet right next to it. So as you might expect, I put the matte shade in the crease and blended it with my, what is it called? Beauty Pie, I think it was this brush. This is the Pro Angled Concealer brush. So I applied primer to one eye and no primer to the other just to kind of see how that does. I don't typically reach for shadow sticks because they just, it seems like no matter what I do, they just kind of tend to crease on me, especially if I don't set them with like a powder or a shadow. And by the time I've gone through all of that work, I feel like I might as well just use a powder shadow because otherwise it's just a lot more work anyway. So yeah, but these were decently blendable. I have a very moisturized hand right now, as we know. And so far they haven't creased, but I don't have super high confidence that they wouldn't just based on other products. But yeah, if you do like a shadow stick, I'm just gonna leave those on my hand and maybe come back to see if they've kind of set. So yeah, if you do like a shadow stick, they seemed decent, and they do have little kind of sharpeners on the end, and I do like that the tips are each a little bit different too, so that you can kind of tell them apart if you have multiples. And I did try to use one of them a little bit under the lash line. It worked okay, but I still like a little bit more precision, I guess, underneath there and along the upper lash line. So I used my Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal Liner in Cocoa on the upper lash line. But so I guess I'm cautiously optimistic about those, but I'm not going to be trying like to do an all-day wear test or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to that one as a contour because like I have been interested in the Victoria Beckham contour, which is similar in size to this, but it's a contour and it is kind of insanely expensive for how much product you get. I just want to maybe quickly try that. I'm just gonna try this down my nose. I already did contour my nose a little bit, but why not? I used the Oma contour. So that could be really nice actually. All right, stay tuned. I know people feel kind of some kind of way about nose contour. Hopefully I got that mostly straight and I didn't make my nose look crooked now. But anyway, we'll see about that. Okay, so those were all my add-ons. There was one additional choice that I didn't talk about because it was new. So it wasn't something they had spoiled before. So that is the Etika, I guess, mini ring box. I just saw this and kind of picked it up on a whim. This was $10. I forget which customization this was in. I think it was in 6 actually. So this was also kind of unnecessary, but it's very small. It's wrapped in paper, and I think it has a mirror on the bottom. It says wear with confidence. So I don't know, it's not anything special. You can probably find something like this in a million places, but I just thought it was kind of pretty looking. And that's basically the size. So yeah, so I picked that up as well. And that was in customization at 6. There were a few other items that were new that I hadn't seen before. So I think going back to Boost, the other Alice and Olivia product I got was a laptop sleeve. And this I got in the stripe. Anytime I see a black and white stripe, I think of Sephora. This one is, does it have the dimensions? No. It is made in China, and it just says wipe clean with a damp cloth. So you also get the pull tab. It has a slipper pocket and a zippered pocket on the front. So you can put your mouse or hard drive or whatever you want. And then that is the laptop sleeve. And I'll just quickly stick my computer in there, I guess. I have a 14-inch MacBook Pro for reference. So just quickly close that guy up. And I did measure before I selected it. But yeah, that is kind of the amount of space on the edges and on the top. So very, very comfortable fit, but I think they spoiled this. I can't recall. I think they should have the dimensions on the website so you can measure your computer and make sure it fits. But I picked that up. I know I have a lot of laptop sleeves kind of floating around, but it's always good to be prepared, I guess. And then the other Boost I got was the Olaplex Discovery Kit. So this was $27, and I've actually seen this pop up at Sephora for $35. Interestingly enough, the value on the Sephora website is not the same as the value on the FabFitFun site, which is interesting. So Sephora says it's $52 value, but the FabFitFun website said it was $58 value. So I didn't do a very detailed kind of comparison, but I'm assuming it's the same. So the reason I really wanted to try this was to try their hair oil. So this is the number 7 bonding oil. It's a pretty decent size. This is 1 fluid ounce. I'm not sure if any of this says mini sizes. Yeah, really wanted to try that. And then it comes with, of course, the classic number 3 hair perfector, the number 8 Bond Intense Moisture Mask, which was an option in a box, was it last season, I think? So there's that, the shampoo, which is nice, and the conditioner. So I thought these would be good travel sizes as well. This is 1 fluid ounce. I think so far everything has been 1 ounce. And then, yeah, conditioner, the mask, the shampoo, and the number 3. And then we have 3, I think, smaller sizes. So the number 6 Bond Smoother Leave-In Styling Treatment, that is 0.68 fluid ounce or 20 mil. The number 4C Bond Maintenance Clarifying Shampoo, which I don't know if I've tried. Also 0.68 fluid ounce. And then finally the number 9 Nourishing Hair Serum. So that's 0.68 fluid ounce. So you get a lot, and especially if you like to travel or if you just want to kind of try out most of their system. It doesn't have like their purple shampoo. They've added so many things to this that it's hard to keep track. I think 1 and 2, if I recall, are like professional products. So this has 3, 4, 4C, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can fill in the gaps with whatever's missing. And let me quickly look at the other boosts that were available. Okay, so one thing I do want to mention or talk about is the NARS eyeshadow duo. I would just be careful with that one because I looked it up, and I tend to look at Tim Talia's website. She's a very kind of old school beauty blogger and has lots and lots of swatches of different products. And I might insert some pictures of hers just so you can see, but the picture on the FabFitFun website looks like it's really kind of blown out and not true to color. The duo looks a lot warmer, I think, than what you're seeing on the FabFitFun website. And was there anything else? I was kind of tempted by the Josie Maran little trio, but I decided not to get that. So the laptop sleeve also came in that Regal Romance print, so there's that option. And the other thing I thought I would mention, the Amika Hydro Rush shampoo, conditioner, and I think treatment. I think that was $25. I'm gonna need to zoom in post-production here, but yeah, so if you like that set from one of our previous boxes, if you like those products, those will be available to you in Boost. And I have used those and I do like them. I think I've been using some Virtue products that I might like a little bit more, but they're still very good. Okay, so I think that was it for the Boost. Talking about the refills. So a lot of these items I've kind of talked about in previous boxes, but I just thought I would reiterate kind of what I've used and what I've tried. So as far as what I don't have on refill but I've tried, the Serum Kind Black Blossom Hand Serum. I talked about this when I got it in a previous box, but it's fine. I don't think it's going to be something I need to have, but it smells nice. It's kind of a nice floral, but it's not anything groundbreaking to me, but again, it's nice. And if you liked it from a previous box, I'm just kind of testing this swatch to see how it's doing. It looks like it has kind of set, but I still can rub at it a little bit. So there's that, and then the Elemis Superfood Midnight Facial. I talked about this in a previous What Will I Choose, I think, and this is a very, very strongly scented, like, face cream, basically. So it's not something I really care to use on my face. I'm trying to kind of use it up as like a body moisturizer, but yeah, I would skip on that. They have an Invisibobble duo, and I do like Invisibobbles. So I just have some here. I'm not sure if they're going to be the original or if there's some other variation, but I like reaching for these two chief, I didn't mean to do that. And two chief kind of scenarios. So if I'm going to the gym or yoga or whatever, or if I'm taking a bath, like anytime I think my hair might be getting wet and I want to kind of make sure it stays where I want it to without getting the hair tie all wet, that's when I kind of tend to reach for these. So I think they're a good hair tie to have on hand. Depending on, I guess, the texture of your hair, whatever, they may be more or less ideal than like a silk scrunchie, but yeah, those are a good thing to have around as an option. The insert name here, so this is a product that would work really well in conjunction with that Living Proof brush, and I guess the Invisibobble as well if you really wanted a sleek kind of pulled back look. So this is really good for taming flyaways. It's kind of like a, I don't know, bigger brow gel sort of thing, and it has a curved applicator. So you can use it to kind of tame down any flyaways or baby hairs or whatever. Not my favorite smell. I think they said it's supposed to smell like peaches, but to me it's a very chemical smell. But I do like that product. Some really cute pet toys as usual. The Living Proof dry shampoo. I'm not a big dry shampoo person. The Seraphine Botanicals lip mask. I think we're getting into some repeats here. But yeah, that one's fine. It's not something I need to have. You have Surprise Candle, Surprise Sponge Gel, some Korres. Yeah, so you see a lot of products that have been in previous boxes. But I think I talked about everything that was kind of new and exciting. They've really added a lot. So something just to be aware of is, I guess, the prices in the refills versus if the same product is in the store. Yeah, so that was all of the options, and then I have 3 active refills. I think you can see me remove this First Aid Beauty collagen cream because I was kind of hemming and hawing about whether I would add it, but then I think I decided to go back and pick up the Murad. So they do make it pretty easy to kind of discontinue things, so I feel like I'm getting to a point with some of my refills where I kind of need to skip a month or a season, I guess. So I got more cocoa floss and the delicious mint, and this includes both a refill itself and then the full floss. So once you're done with the floss in there, you can pop in the refill and you're good to go. So I like having that on hand, and it's a pretty good price. I also got more air purifier filters, and I'm again getting to the point where at some point we can probably skip a season, but yeah, we do use that, and we have been changing it out. And then I did say I think that I would be getting the Dream Booster because I was getting to the end of the one that I have. So yeah, I really like this, and again, it's a pretty good price. This isn't a super expensive product to begin with, but it's a good ingredient list, and if you want kind of a retinol-like product and you have dry skin or more sensitive skin maybe, this one is really nice. I use it as the last step of my skincare, so yeah, really have been enjoying that. So I think it's a squalane base. It has sunflower seed oil, jojoba seed oil, and bakuchiol. Yeah, it does have squalane as well. So yeah, really, really nice face oil that I've been enjoying. I think that's all I have to share with you. So hopefully I will be able to get this video edited and up soon so that you can refer back to it if you are a seasonal member, or I guess if you are an annual member, if there are any add-ons you want to pick up, you can do that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and find it helpful. Let me know what you plan to put in your box this weekend if you're customizing, and until next time, I hope you guys are all doing well and staying safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.